Hi, it's Bill, the Knee Pain Guru. Today is Monday, July 15th. Today we're going to talk about today's video. We're going to talk about breaking the cycle of pain, as it relates to knee pain. We'll be answering questions in a few minutes. So after this presentation, so if you do have questions about pain, knee pain, doctors, diagnosis, physical therapists, exercise, whatever the question you have is in terms of like you're struggling with pain, you're here. Please ask those questions over on the side. I use those topics for future videos where we address these concepts and principles in order to help you out with what you have going on with your knees or with other parts of your body. Make sure to give the video a thumbs up, like and subscribe to my channel, The Knee Pain Guru, as well as turn on notifications as I do 2 of these videos per week, just let you know when the new ones are coming up. So, okay, we're going to talk about breaking the cycle of pain. And this is a topic that I have been up close and personal with over the past 20 plus years. It was in football, grade school, high school, then got into martial arts in the college. So I have a great deal of experience with pain, especially dislocating my left knee 4 times, which led me into this line of work that I sit before you and share this experience. And in looking at getting out of pain, hello from Croatia, thank you very much. There are a lot of addressing pain is done up here, is done in your head and in your mind, because a lot of times people go through the motions. They exercise, they're told to push through the pain, they're told to use it or lose it, and it gets them in this kind of this loop, this cycle, that the harder they push, thinking it's going to get them out of pain, it actually puts them in more pain. So they're on this hamster wheel that never really gets them out of the pain that they're trying to escape. And what I found, first and foremost, is you have to make getting out of pain a priority. Looking at that as being the first thing you focus on waking up in the morning, and the last thing you have in your mind going to sleep at night, is you're making getting out of pain a priority. And a lot of people kind of half-ass it a little bit. They're like, well, I'll try a little bit of this, and I'll try some supplements, and I'll do the physical therapy, and I kind of will get some results, but I'm not really sure because I'm not consistent with it. And the reason why you're not consistent with any of it is because it's not a priority. You have to make it a priority. First and foremost, that's got to be what you want to do. And not only like just kind of get the body out of pain, fully get it out of pain. Not just like setting the bar low and kind of accepting where you're at and it's kind of gotten a little better. It's like, I want to get my body out of pain. I want to get my knees out of pain, and I really want to own it. I want to understand that if the pain comes back, I'm not going to be on the same hamster wheel that I was the last time I was in pain. And this is where people get stuck. They don't make it a priority, and then they half-ass it in the process, and then they're right back on where they started from again in pain. And as we get older, it makes it more and more difficult because it wears on us. The body gets taxed and drained as we get older. Our drive and our motivation dwindles over time, and the pain wears on us. So making it a priority is going to help us get that clarity and focus that will knock this out, and we're going to carry it to the end. So there's that, making pain a priority. The next piece, and I jotted down some of these notes, is realizing, this is huge, huge, realizing that the pain that you're in, no matter how much or how little, it has begun to change your brain. It's literally changing the neurological pathways in your brain as far as how you think about and process the information, the way you move, the way you act. So the way you're thinking, the way you're moving, the way you're acting has changed as a result of the pain. You're like, oh, well, maybe not. Well, think about it. If you think about this, you're moving different. You don't want to feel the pain, so you don't step as freely. You don't step as confidently. You don't move like you used to when you're younger. It gets stiffer, it gets smaller, little by little, over time. It's like you're painting yourself into a corner. And that causes you to think differently. You don't take risks or chances or do things like you did before. You won't go out and be as social as you were before. You won't be able to read as long and do things as long because your body is taxed and fatigued because of the pain. It's wearing on you. You're shorter with the people that are around you, those that you love, your friends, your loved ones. You're shorter with them because you kind of got that in the back of your mind that it hurts and it's irritating you and it's bothering you. It affects how you interact with people, your job, your social life, and things like that. It's affecting all of these things. How you think, how you move, how you act. The pain, day after day, it's wearing on you. That's what's happening. So, beginning, we got to make it a priority. We've got to follow it through to the end. Then you got to realize I'm not thinking like I used to when I wasn't in pain. It's different. How my body is moving, how I'm acting, how I'm thinking is all different because of the pain. Accepting that is going to allow you to start getting to a place of moving forward. Kind of like the 12-step program. A person can't actually move forward and quit using drugs or alcohol if they haven't admitted that they're addicted to drugs and alcohol. So there's a part of your brain, there's a part of your body, there's a part of your being that has become addicted to the pain. So accepting that, making it a priority, following through to the finish, realizing that it's changing the way you think, even though you may not notice it or pay attention to it. And then another piece is the only person that can break out of this cycle is you. The only person that has the ability to do it, because you have to want to do it more than the doctor or the therapist or the umpteen different modalities that you've gone to. They can give you tools. They can help you out. The doctor can give you drugs or shots or a surgery or write you a prescription to go to the physical therapist to do exercise. You have to want to get out of pain more than they want you to get out of pain. You got to put on your big boy or big girl panties and say, yes, I'm going to handle this. I'm going to own this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to work at that. I'm going to learn about my body in a way that allows you to move forward. Because all of those other therapists and modalities and things like that aren't going to be able to do it if they're dragging you along in the process. And I can't tell you how many people I have come across over the past 21 years since I blew out my knee that want it done for them. They want someone else to take care of them. Whatever mommy or daddy didn't do it when you were little, so now it's like they want the doctor or the physical therapist or someone, their wife or their husband or their child or their aunt, their uncle, they want them to take care of them instead of them doing it and owning it and taking responsibility for their health and their well-being and getting themselves out of pain. It's another piece. It's crucial. So this is all like foundational, fundamental stuff before you could even get to a place of actually doing the work. All of that stuff that I just outlined, making pain a priority, realizing that pain has changed your brain, how you think, how you move, how you act. and that you're the only person that can break the cycle. That has absolutely nothing to do with the exercise or any of the other stuff that you need to take on in order to get you out of pain. This is foundational and fundamental stuff, inner game work that you got to do in your own head and go, yes, I'm up for the task. And the reality of it is, it's not going to be easy. The reality of it is, you still have the pain to deal with. But what happens is when you get that mindset shift, when you start taking on those things for yourself, what ends up happening is you get out of victim mode. A victim will never be able to get themselves out of pain because they're addicted to being a victim. They like drawing the energy from other people because they hurt. It gets them attention. It makes them feel better because they're drawing that energy from someone else. Pay attention to me because I hurt. It's so bad. So awful. You don't know how I feel. Okay, got it. That's where you got to man up, woman up, and start moving forward. So once you get that mindset piece, the next thing after that is you got to stop doing things that hurt. People do incredibly stupid things to put themselves back into pain that they know will make them hurt. It starts out with, well, I'm not sure if this is going to hurt. That is literally what they'll type to me. I can't tell you how many emails I've gotten over the past umpteen years where people will literally say, like, they knew it was going to put them into pain before they did it, yet they still went and did it. And you got to stop doing that stupid shit that's putting you in pain. It's like, if you could step back and look at the broader scope of what's going on, it's actually quite amusing. It's like a bunch of children running around trying to get attention and doing stuff that'll get them that attention of being in that pain. And then once you stop doing things that make yourself hurt, then you have to look at distinctions and nuances. Because remember, we talked about that mindset piece. The brain has changed the way it's processing information. You're not seeing things clearly. So you're looking at everything as black and white. Either I'm in pain or I'm not in pain. And it doesn't work that way. Life doesn't work that way. There's an infinite number of distinctions and nuances as pain begins to decrease. Distinctions and nuances that will bring your awareness, increase your awareness, and deepen your understanding of these neurological connections that are going on that are causing you to experience the pain that you're feeling. And here's what we're going to do. I'm going to give you some homework. There's some homework to do. I want you to track your pain level for 3 days. Just scale from 1 to 10. 10 being the worst, 1 being barely any pain, 0 being any pain. And you're going to track it for 3 days. And you're going to track your emotions and your thoughts throughout that 3-day period of time. And what's going to happen is you're going to notice that when the pain goes down, it's like you start feeling good. And when the pain goes up, you do something that hurts, you're going to feel bad. And when it goes down again, you're going to feel good. And when it goes up, you're going to feel bad again. And this is what happens. We become at a whim. It's like however we're feeling physically in our body is what's going on in our head. And looking at it, it's like a child. I want candy. No, you can't have candy. So then they throw a tantrum. And then you give them candy and then they stop screaming. And it's like this same kind of pattern that goes on with a person that's in pain. And what I'm saying is when we start to own this and look at it separately as like a third-party observer as to what's going on, and begin to give ourselves that level of help and support, then what happens is those highs and lows start smoothing out. So try that. Try that. If you have questions, write those over in the comments section and I'll address those. We have some people on the line here. If you want to get started, like I have a program where I teach people, it's a introductory program. You can head over to my website, thekneepainguru.com, and try. It's a 7-day knee pain reduction challenge. And that is going to give you a sample of my approach where we're talking about comfort. We're creating comfort. If you want to get something a little bit more in depth, I have a program called Knee Club. Knee Club. And it's awesome because I help you. I actually give you the tools, point you to videos to get yourself out of pain. So let's see. Asita here says, what's the best way to deal with patella tendon calcificate caused by knee during basketball? It wasn't painful in the start, but after 6 months started to hurt during squat, during sleep as well. Okay. We have to understand, is it a true calcification of the patella or is the patella just starting to stiffen up? Because those are two different things. If there's calcium deposits that are holding the patella in place, it's a very different animal than if the patella is stiff and not moving freely. And it's important to understand the distinction. Remember, I was talking about looking at pain, that there's infinite number of distinctions and nuances. And this is what we're looking at. We have to gather as much information as we can to understand our strategy in moving forward. So the knee was hit during basketball. The patella is the kneecap. So now the kneecap was hit during basketball. It wasn't that big of a deal, but it sent a signal into the nervous system, causing the nervous system to tense up and protect itself. When the body tenses up and protects itself, it gets tighter and stiffer. And when it gets tighter and stiffer, it squeezes on the nerves in the knee, causing pain. On the x-ray, it looks like a small hazelnut. And is that behind the patella? Is it above the patella? Is it in the front of the patella? Side of the patella? The point of what I'm saying is if we just start addressing and creating comfort in the kneecap, the kneecap starts relaxing and letting go, and the movement starts to increase. Now, if there is a calcium deposit there, just under the patella towards your foot, so that is something that we can look at, and that's kind of a little bit of a rabbit hole when you have calcium deposits. But first and foremost, by creating comfort in the kneecap, we get the kneecap to move more. When the kneecap moves more, just the natural movement of the knee has the opportunity to begin breaking down the calcium deposit that's developed. So first and foremost is working with those tension patterns in the kneecap, in the bones in the upper leg as they relate to the bones, the bones in the lower leg as they relate to the bone in the upper leg. So the tibia and the fibula as it relates to the femur. Then based on how that begins to move and shift and change, we can see what's left as far as the calcium deposit underneath or below the patella, and that we may, depending if we look at increasing water intake and different things we can do as far as supplementation to possibly allow the body to break down the calcium deposit. If that doesn't work, then what we could begin looking at is maybe some medical intervention, because doctors can be very valuable in that context to address as far as the calcium deposit. So that's something we can work with in conjunction with a conventional medical approach that would assist a natural holistic approach to address the tension pattern that's causing the patella to tense up. Getting your knee to feel comfortable when it squats again, as well as when you sleep, is going to be incredibly valuable. Right there, it's going to help your body to recover faster. Hopefully that helps. I have spoken. I'm in conversation with a friend of mine who is a doctor, and we are actually going to put together a program in depth. We're looking at like 3 different stages. One, what you can do yourself with just adjusting diet, what you could begin doing yourself as far as incorporating supplementation, and then what you can begin working with a medical professional as an integrated approach, and the type of doctor to go to in order to address what you have going on. So I would follow the channel because that's something that I am actually working. His name is Dr. Charlie Beck out of Indianapolis, Indiana. He's actually visiting at the moment. And we had this conversation last night about putting together a program. This program hasn't been created yet, but there's a lot of people that are coming up regarding calcium deposits, calcification of a joint, bone spurs, things like that. There are dynamics that are going on in the body, and looking at it from a natural, holistic approach initially, and then looking at how you can use an integrated approach with Western medicine, like what to ask your doctor or what to talk to them about, as once you confirm that this is what you're dealing with and the types of injections that would help break up calcium deposits. Once again, this is going to be beyond my pay grade, so to speak. So I would be drawing him in to do a specific program that would go through all of those different aspects. If you have questions, I still have a few more minutes. If you have questions about what you have going on with your knee, please let me know. I will be happy to answer those. If you have, let's see. Give the video a thumbs up, like and subscribe to my channel, The Knee Pain Guru. Turn on notifications for future videos. Like, this is definitely one we'll be doing at some point in time in the future with Dr. Beck, as far as like bone spurs, calcium deposits, calcification of the joint, as to what to do to incorporate into your diet or supplementation, or possibly not, injections, which would be non-invasive as far as surgery goes, to work with that. So that's going to be obviously something we would work with in the future. If you have topics that you would like to cover, please ask those over on the side, and I'll be happy to address those. Check out the 7-Day Knee Pain Reduction Challenge at thekneepainguru.com. I will drop a link over here. Let's see. There is to the 7-Day Knee Pain Reduction Challenge. You can check that out. We don't have questions coming in, and that is okay. I'm going to be okay. I'm going to scoot. Thank you so much for being here. The next video is going to be on Thursday. We have these on Mondays and Thursdays, 9:55 a.m. We talk about different things, different topics as it relates to knee pain. So thank you so much for being here. Bill Paravano, the Knee Pain Guru, going to sign off for today. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.